Good morning and welcome to Town Square Sunday. This is the weekly program heard every Sunday morning, highlighting nonprofit and community groups and the work they do to make the South Coast a better place to live. I'm your host, Jim Phillips. Today we're talking about the Tyler Joseph Leonard Memorial Foundation and their fundraiser, which is coming up on September 12th. Their spokesperson is Todd Baptista, and he's here to talk about his nephew, Tyler Leonard. Tyler sadly took his own life in 2018, and the foundation's annual fundraiser is being held to raise awareness and hopefully help prevent similar tragedies in the future. Joel, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Joel, help us to know Tyler a little bit better.
Yeah, to know Tyler was to love Tyler. He was like any other young man. You know, he was smart, he was handsome, he was athletic, he was musically inclined. When he came into a room, he just lit it up. And when he hugged you, you felt it. And I think the number one thing about Tyler was that he was very sincere to everybody that he came in contact with. All
right. He took his life at 29 years old, is that correct?
Yeah, just a day before his 30th birthday.
That's very sad. And shortly after his death, Joel, Tyler's family, including yourself, decided to step up and take steps to address suicide by young people. You formed the foundation, 501c3, and you began raising money. What were some of the things you've done to help prevent suicide among young people? You've done a lot.
Yeah, we have. So, my brother-in-law, Dennis, and my sister, Gina, wanted to just start off by having a remembrance of Tyler. And it's just grown into so much more. And the foundation's mission is to generate mental health awareness and suicide prevention in the community. And we thought if we could just help one person. And, I think the opportunity to make a positive impact in someone's life, it's rewarding to support individuals during challenging times and to help create an environment where they feel heard and supported. Mental health affects every aspect of a person's life, and being able to contribute to someone's well-being, even if it is, again, just one person, creates a strong sense of purpose, because mental health is just as important as physical health. Everyone's facing challenges at different points in their life, and it's essential to approach it with empathy and respect and without judgment, and to be kind and to be present and to be connected. So we've been out in the community. We partnered with a gentleman, Caleb Joseph, who's the founder of the Self-Help Tour. And in the last 4 or 5 years, we've spoken to over 10,000 students at South Coast schools regarding, mental health and how they can deal with what's on the other side of vulnerability. We've partnered with local organizations like Child and Family Services, the Boys and Girls Club of New Bedford. And since our last fundraiser, we're so excited. One of our other board members, Mark Ardette, has done a lot of due diligence, and we've been able to establish a program called the Hope Squad at Westport High School and Old Rochester Regional High School. And the Hope Squad is a school-based peer-to-peer suicide prevention and mental health program. Mm-hmm. Students are nominated by their classmates as trustworthy peers. They're trained by adult advisors within the school to recognize signs of distress. And then those students act as a bridge to connect struggling students with school counselors, teachers, or trusted adults. So that initiative is super exciting. We just kicked it off last year with Westport. This upcoming school season, we're beginning with Old Rochester Regional, and we're hoping to get other schools involved as well.
So those are some of the things. The scholarship work, we don't want to put that to the side. You've raise money for scholarships, created scholarships, I guess, in Tyler's name.
Yeah, every year we give out 5 scholarships or so to local South Coast high school seniors that kind of embody the same traits that Tyler had. We've done that for the last 5 years, and I think we've given out close to $30,000 in scholarships.
Yeah, $1,000 a pop.
Yeah.
More or less, yep. All right, that's certainly where you've laid the groundwork for this year's foundation fundraiser. So in 2002, I guess the foundation decided to hold this fundraising event that we're about to talk about.
2022.
Scheduled this year. 2020, okay.
22.
22, right. And that event has raised money, as we've said, for scholarships and also suicide prevention efforts, which are continuing. The 5th annual Tyler Joseph Leonard Memorial Fundraiser, scheduled for Saturday, September 12th, at the Stackhouse Fairgrounds, 16 Faith Street in Dartmouth. Anybody can show up.
Yeah,
It's not just for family and friends.
No, anybody's invited. We're selling tickets online at the Tyler Joseph Leonard Memorial Foundation .org. If you're interested or need more info, you can reach out to myself, Joel at tjlmf.org. But it's just it's a fun day. It's a fun day of music, family, friends. We've got a great lineup this year. Tyler was so big into music. It's kind of like a Tyler Palooza, if you will. We have a young opening duo named Jacob and Anya who will be performing. I think everybody knows Craig DeMello, the whiskey poet. He's going to be there as well. And then 2 local legends in Troy DeMello and Glenn Nunes, who perform acoustically as All Mixed Up, will be there as well. So it's just going to be a fun day for everyone involved.
All right. It is a fundraiser. Tickets are $50, I think I read.
Correct.
And you just mentioned how to purchase those tickets. It's important, I think, folks, to remember that the foundation has not just centered on Dartmouth necessarily, but has brought their message to a number of high schools in and around the area. So I got to ask you, what's the goal for this year?
So this year is just to continue the message and the mission.
Yeah. You got a project?
Yeah. So the Hope Squad is the big initiative right now. We'd like to try to get into a couple of other local schools. We'd also like to get Caleb into some of the other local schools that we haven't been able to speak at yet. But it's just continuing the message. Listen, we can't do this alone. We need people to jump on board. And one of the other sayings we have is that you can't spell the word community without unity. We're all in this together. We've all been affected by mental health in some way, shape, or form, whether we want to admit it or not. So if someone's got an idea, if someone knows a school that might be interested or an event that they may want us to attend, please, again, reach out, Joel at tjlmf.org. More than happy to speak to you about the possibilities.
You're listening to Town Square Sunday. I'm Jim Phillips. My guest is Joel Baptista. He's a member of the Tyler Joseph Leonard Foundation and working hard every year to spread the word about mental health, suicide prevention. This group is very much into that. So you mentioned the Hope Squad, which is really a kind of an encouraging aspect of all of this. For young people, caring for other young people they might see who are struggling, people they might come in contact with who, they need a helping hand in one way or another. And the Hope Squad is now at Westport High School and junior high school.
Yep.
and now it's expanding.
Yeah, it's going to be implemented at Old Rochester. I mean, it's evidence-based that these kids would more be apt to reach out to a trusted peer than an adult. So if we can help that bridge and make it more comfortable for one of these kids to kind of raise their hand and say, yeah, I'm having an issue, so that it can be addressed, because a lot of them just sweep it under the rug.
Sure.
We see it in our speaking engagements with Caleb. It takes one student to raise their hand and tell their story of what they're going through, and then it's a sea of hands in the audience that want to kind of also tell their story. So we're just trying to get the conversation started, and especially with young people.
Yeah. So that's what really getting a conversation started is really the young people are the best place to get it started. Are the adults? Are they just sitting by and? Well,
I wouldn't say that.
What do you think about the role of the adult educators?
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, listen. I think it's Pandora's box, right? Sometimes when you open it up, you don't know what you're going to find underneath. But I think it's generational too. Like, my parents didn't talk a lot about mental health when I was younger, and you hope that each generation can kind of bring it forward. And really, until Tyler passed, I know that suicide was around. I just didn't realize how prevalent it was.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you buy a new car and you drive down the street and you're black Camry and you think you're the only one with it, and then you see 20 more of them down Route 140.
Right.
When we started this foundation, I started finding out more people who were also affected by mental health, who had been touched by it in some way, shape, or form. And now it's, let's not sweep it under the rug. Let's not just think it's going to fix itself, because it isn't. We need to start the conversation. We need to make these kids know that it's okay not to be okay. So
you've worked, again, I want to talk to you about the statement you've made. The music was always a big part of Tyler's life. How big? How big did he play instruments?
Yeah, he was our Shakespearean bard. Every family event that we had, the guitar would come out and a sing-along would ensue, and just have so many great memories of that. And he'd write his own music, and so we just, again, this event is to celebrate Tyler and the things that he loved in life. And listen, he loved a lot of the same things that other people do.
Sure.
So it's a fun day. We have a meal catered by Riccardi's. We have tons of raffles. We have some great silent auction items. If there's any businesses or individuals who align with our mission, we're still looking for event sponsors. We have a bunch of different levels. Again, you can reach out to me, joel@tjlmf.org. I'd love to chat with you about the possibility of jumping on board and, aligning with us. And it's just, every dollar that we raise, Jim, goes right back into the community.
Nobody's getting paid.
No one's getting paid. These are all family and friends of Tyler that are on the board and that volunteer. And, since our last fundraiser, not only did we establish the Hope Squad, but we brought mental health awareness to players, coaches, students, and fans. We did 6 local Hoopin' for Hope games, high school basketball games. We also helped individuals at the bridge in Dartmouth by covering their treatment co-pays for those who couldn't afford them.
That's important.
Yeah, it's very important, because I think a lot of people who are in that circumstance where they may not be able to afford the treatment that they need start to walk the other way. Again, by being able to help them with those co-pays, hopefully they're getting the help that they need.
The Memorial Foundation fundraiser in memory of Tyler Joseph Leonard is coming up on September 12th. That's a Saturday at the Stackhouse Fairgrounds in Dartmouth. Tickets are $50. Again, Joel, how can people get tickets?
Yeah, so you can go right to our website, rather long, but www.thetylerjosephleonardmemorialfoundation.org.
Okay, all the details are there and how you can buy a ticket and be a part of this wonderful movement. You told us earlier that the movement will continue. You're still working on the Hope Squads and other schools. You are still trying to spread the word with speakers about suicide prevention, mental health. Anything else in the works that I know that's enough probably for a volunteer organization, but
yeah,
you tell me.
Our we're always working on things behind the scenes. Again, we want to get involved with the community as much as we can. We've got the 5K coming up with Child and Family Services that we're a part of. There's an event in September that we're a part of. That's National Suicide Prevention in Fairhaven. Listen, again, we want to get the community involved with us. We know that there's people out there that have been affected by mental health. These aren't just programs that we're doing. These are conversations that are started. These are lives that we've impacted. These are families that we've supported. And this is hope that we've given to some people. And these accomplishments aren't just because of us. They're because of the philanthropy of the community that comes out and supports us.
My guest has been Joel Baptista, a member of the Tyler Joseph Leonard Memorial Foundation. It was formed in 2022 to provide scholarships to worthy students and also to find ways to help prevent suicide among young people. Thank you, Joel, for coming in, and good luck with the fundraiser on September 12th at the Stackhouse Fairgrounds on Faith Street. Good luck with all of it. You've done a remarkable job. You've been in existence just a few short years. I think you've made an impact, and hopefully we can continue to save lives.
Again, if we can just help one person, and thank you, Jim, for your continued support.
Okay. More to come on Town Square Sunday. We'll learn about a Wareham organization's efforts to help kids attain higher education. Stay with us.